Hello, everybody. How are you all? We see Metal in the chat under his Extremis Chaos thing.
Well, I figured, if you're drawing a character from it, I should probably be in the chat from it.
And we'll give it a, whatchamacallit, a moderator
Mod?
status. Okay, and of course, I need to share this out with everybody.
Yeah, I will in a second. I'm just eating a snack that I don't want to put down until I'm done with this bit. I've got one of my favorite snacks to do with leftover sauce is toast with the spaghetti meat sauce just spread on top of it like a condiment.
Yeah, that can be good, or just dipping it in the bread or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that a few times. So, and grab that and put that in our Discord. For everybody to hopefully see and maybe come by. Uh, mhm. Oh, were you able to get a hold of Raul yesterday?
I got busy and never did. I sent him a friend request though, so he'd be at the top of my DMs and I wouldn't forget about it.
Uh,
Like long term forget about it, but short term I'll probably keep forgetting about it.
okay, well, I just let him know about this being on, so maybe he'll be by. And I'm not sure whether you'll want to talk with him about it while on. Or...
No, probably not. I'll even if he comes on, I'll probably still DM about it because it's I don't like talking business up in public. Like
Yeah,
that's not a good thing to do unless business has already been talked and then the person wants to talk about it. That's different, but some of this stuff it's got to stay behind scenes.
I'm just trying to figure what type of pose to give to her. Could do the one where you sort of have, where she's sort of coming down with the bat, or whatever you want to call it.
You could call it a bat or a club. The proper term is a hurley.
Did you hurley it at people?
You could. I mean, it's called the hurley because it's for the game hurling, which
No.
involves you hurling a ball in a field. But obviously, if you're not familiar with that usage of the word, people think that you're vomiting all the game. You're gonna get a Discord tag. You can ignore it.
Okay.
I'm putting this in the X Dynamis Chaos Discord, and you're in there, so I'm tagging you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to answer the door.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Okay, so here we go.
Oh yeah, I'm back. I don't know if you caught it while I was on my stream earlier, but they're installing the fiber internet today, so
Yeah, I heard
I need to
that.
be available.
Yeah, I did hear that. I had you, well, on since I had said hello, but I wasn't necessarily listening. I was, watching other stuff or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm that way most of the time too. You just hop in to be supportive, or maybe even sometimes just have something on in the background.
Yeah.
That's why I like lurking a lot. Like I don't care if people don't say hi. They can if they want to, but I like to lurk. It's a very low um, responsibility being a lurker because then you don't have to respond back to somebody.
Yeah, I look too often. People come in, and I'm not sure whether they lurk or not. They say hi, and then you ask them a question, you get nothing.
Yeah. It's like if you just don't say hi or anything in the first place, there's no expectations.
Like one, of course, that usually does that is Mike. Most of the
Yeah.
time, he'll come in, say hi, and say hi, how are you, and then he doesn't respond.
Yeah, I mean he's at least talked a couple times recently
Yeah.
on mine. I don't know. I don't remember if he did yesterday here, but yesterday he happened to randomly catch the voice of a character on scene because it was Yuri Lowenthal, and he just like recognized it immediately, so that's why he was talking. You know how he is with voice actors.
Yeah. He's probably pretty good at recognizing them.
Yeah, especially the ones he's more familiar with. Like he recognized Kyle Hubert's voice in one of my Star Rail streams a while back. But I think he even said that's somebody who he's met multiple times at conventions. So it's like, you would hope. You would hope you'd recognize the voice of somebody you've met multiple times. I have a friend who's a professional voice actor. Friend might be too close. An associate that we're friendly with each other. And I don't want to assume things on somebody that I hardly talk to. But I have somebody that I've engaged with several times in person that I usually recognize her voice when it comes up. But sometimes she'll do more than one voice, and she hits something in her range that I just do not catch at all.
Mhm. Okay. Do. The costume is definitely, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Costume is definitely fairly simple for this character. Just so, anything you want to say about the character or whatever?
I'm sorry, my microphone cut out. I was going to say something, but I think I hit the cord or something.
Uh,
Um, in this case, the costume was supposed to be simple but stylish because it's supposed to be like swimwear.
yeah.
So it needs to be like very form fitting. It needs to not get in the way of swimming because as a lifeguard, basically she spends at least half of her time in the water when
Mm.
fighting things.
Okay, the white, is that actually a white stripe that goes down the middle of the legs, or is that just...
Well, I sent you a colored version, right? It's
Yeah,
actually a lime green stripe. It just doesn't show up as any tone in the comic because it's black and white.
yeah, that's what I was looking at this point. I was trying to
Yeah.
use one of the more full-bodied shots.
Hmm. They're supposed to be like racing stripes almost.
Okay, I was making sure that it wasn't just supposed to be, I didn't think so, but like an accent or whatever for
Hmm.
shading or lighting or whatever, you know what I mean, I think.
No, it's an actual stripe. It's kind of like if you've ever seen some of the outfits like the grid girls and would wear it like racing, the ones who hold like the flags and everything.
Yeah.
Is a partial inspiration. Me also share this out on the EDK Twitter. That would be helpful.
Oh, she's got a whistle there. I did not see that. Sets both spots. Oh, that thing is round. Okay. She's got the racing stripe, if you will, on thing.
Yeah, you can't forget the whistle because the whistle's like her. That's how she transforms, right? That's the catalyst or whatever.
So
Which
what
I
happened?
figured,
What?
playing into the lifeguard theme, she absolutely needed the whistle to be the transformation trigger.
Okay, so if she loses the whistle, can she not transfer back?
She could transfer back. She wouldn't be able to go back into the form again until she got a new one.
Oh, so it doesn't matter what whistle, it's just a whistle?
Yes, because the contract is directly with the Fair Derek, and if you know anything about like Irish Fae and stuff, their terms tend to be very semantic.
Okay.
So yeah, she needs a lifeguard's whistle.
Oh, a lifeguard's whistle is
Yes, that's the specific part. She right, she has to have a lifeguard's whistle. Now, because she's dealing with the Fae, does that mean that she could just get any whistle, get a marker, and write the word like technically lifesaver is the word they use over there, not lifeguard. Write the word lifesaver on there, and suddenly it's a lifesaver's whistle. Or is it if she claims ownership of the whistle, does it become a lifesaver's whistle? It's those kind of things where you're dealing with hyper literal Fae folk.
And have you decided the answers to those questions? And then are you
Oh,
going to
I
actually...
have. I'm just not going to reveal them, but I've decided the answers. I know how these guys work.
Well, that was my next
That's not for the
question.
audience to know unless it comes up.
That was going to be my next question. Are you going to tell us? And you answered it before.
Yeah.
And hello, Fitzchozo. We got Fitzchozo in the chat.
Howdy, howdy.
Okay. Those are sort of from the back.
There we go. Had to share that. Also had to remember what your Twitter tag was. Because it's backwards, I always forget that it's comics_cross, not cross comics.
Yeah, I forget that sometimes too. I'm not sure why I did that originally. Maybe I just couldn't get the.
The handle.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cooler to say comics cross, but it's hard to remember. And I should probably share at least one link to the comic. So I'm gonna go share the Fables link because not only is that technically the most family-friendly version, as we've discussed before, but actually it's the greedy version of I get ad revenue for people reading on Fables, so I like money.
Most people like it. Do.
Well, okay, let me correct. I don't like money. I need money. I like not having to be in need of money.
Yeah. So yeah,
If
you
I
like
could
one.
not worry about it, I wouldn't like money at all.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we need it to survive. Sort of to survive. You know what I mean?
Yep. Need it for the government to get off our backs.
And pay those bills, those pesky bills like rent.
Yep. Oh wow, that's been viewed over 1,000 times on Fables. I hope I've gotten at least a penny from that.
Is there any way to tell whether you've gotten any money from it?
Oh yeah, they send me like invoices and stuff like that. I just haven't looked in a while because I assumed it was nothing. I actually just got an email from Marty from Fables yesterday, being like, "Oh hey, we're so happy that you've supported us with X Dynamous Chaos, but you didn't forget about us, did you? You haven't uploaded in a while." I'm like reminding, he's like, "No, I didn't forget about you. I haven't uploaded anywhere in a while. It's not you, it's me."
Yeah. It's not me, it's you. Okay, that bat really needs to be but done better.
Hi, everybody. Sorry if
Howdy,
I
howdy.
sound worse.
Hey, Fitzjozo.
Yeah, sorry if I sound worse because I'm on my computer.
You don't
That
sound
that
well. I don't think you sound worse. I don't think you sound better. I think you
It
just sound.
doesn't quite look like a Hurley, but maybe it's because the angle you're
I
looking at
got
it.
fan on the background.
Okay, there you have very much robot it.
There are
Again,
other
again,
angles of
because I'm
the
on my computer. It's gonna sound
other
well worse.
angles of the Hurley. if you want to see what it looks like than just the jumping one.
Yeah, well, I've got the
But
one
there's a
where
very
she,
specific shape of the bat.
yeah, it's a bit hooked to say it.
Yeah, I need a new one myself. I haven't had a Hurley in years. I haven't needed one either though, because in the States, good luck finding enough people to play hurling with.
Hurling and curling.
Um,
Not even remotely similar, even though they sound close.
you on some one of Bikini Babes? I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah, Patty,
she's gonna
short
play
for
patty cake.
Padragon.
She's gonna play patty cake on somebody's butt. No.
I mean, maybe. If the monster's like big enough and has a big enough butt, she might slap it with her Hurley. I don't have
I don't know.
plans to invoke a Celtic giant at the moment, but they do have some pretty grotesque giants in Celtic myths.
And what was that, Fitzchozo?
No, I don't really I don't remember female characters a lot, but then again, I don't really like female characters in most stories a lot. Not because they're female, because how they're written usually.
Yeah, well, this is Metal's character, so.
I would not be offended if he didn't like Patty. It doesn't really matter to me either way, but I like her. She's fun.
Yeah, that's what matters, is that you like her because you're the creator.
Because like for example, I don't like or care about any of the female characters in like 90% of anime. I do like Rico from Made Abyss. I did like the Nina from Monster, but like most
Miss Fortner.
like most most anime female characters I just don't like because they're not really characters half the time.
Yeah.
That's a very bold statement on the last half, but that's fine.
I mean, but I mean, they're pretty much just wife. I just see them as wifey pillows that just future wifey pillows. They're not actually
I mean,
characters.
it's fine if you don't get the character.
Yeah, well, I think the whole waifu pillow thing just became something in the last, 10, 15 years?
No. I think the first one probably goes back to like 92.
Yeah, so I was even born.
Yeah. But if you're talking about over here, I think people started collecting them in the late aughts. So a little closer to what you were saying.
So but like I don't I don't like any of the female characters from High School DxD or because I don't really know anything about the characters. Even when you watch the episodes, you don't know anything about the characters.
Okay. Anyhow,
No.
Patty actually does have a backstory. Not in the comic yet because I only introduced her through a short. We will probably have more of her eventually. I've just got too many things to work on. But like any character that makes an introduction, I do put information about them on the website as long as it will not spoil things to come future in the story. And Patty has been a lifesaver for, I believe, the last 4 years, because that's when they would first let her become one, because her mother used to be one before her. She was one of these like lifeguard magical girls who died in the practice while protecting the bay. And she is not only the youngest lifesaver on staff because she's been there longer, she's also the longest lifesaver on staff. The lifesavers here tend to churn through interns very quickly, mostly college students looking for credits and to pad out their resume. A lot of foreigners sometimes too, including the one she has to save the butt of at the very beginning of the comic is Zofia is a Polish foreigner. They're the most common immigrants to Ireland, and she's just another intern that wanted to pad out their resume, but most of them don't last more than a few weeks because the job is just way too tough for them. And Patty laughs at all of them because she's like, I've been doing this for a couple years now. It's fine. But she's one of those kind of like go-getter people for the most part. Like she likes her breaks. She was on break at the beginning of the comic, but she's the type of person that she'll find herself at bars, even though she's underage. But you know, she does so much for the community that they're going to let it slip. They'll let somebody like her drink a little bit. Wrestling, like arm wrestling and stuff with people nearby, getting in a fight. She's been written up in school way too many times because she just really doesn't like being told what to do. That's the type of character Patty is. A lot of spunk.
Go, go. Power Rangers. Teenagers with attitudes.
Yeah. She's probably, I think of the ones I've done anything with, probably my favorite character. But I also haven't done a huge slew of the different stories I plan to do. So there are probably characters I like more than her. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
One thing I want to draw. I was working on this at the start. Yeah, I was actually drawing this. Trying to draw this, but I want to draw the Punisher. Frank Castle. Killing Nero Alice.
Why?
I want to draw the Punisher doing that. Well, but I'm like, is this out of character for the Punisher?
Well, I mean, even meeting this person in general would be completely out of character. So you're in uncharted territories.
No, because I want to know what Punisher do that? Met that.
I don't know enough about the character.
Nero Alice from Gushing Over Magical Girls.
I've told you many times I have not watched Gushing Over Magical Girls. I can't tell you anything about any of the characters from it.
I'm talking about. Can you tell me about the Punisher killing? What Punisher kill? What Punisher would be fine with killing little kids?
I mean, he has a soft spot for kids because kids still have potential. You know, they're not stuck in their ways. They can change. He doesn't really think adults can. He's kind of cynical that way. So I think he probably would if it was an extreme enough situation, but I think he would probably be more hesitant towards a kid than an adult.
And it depends on how much of a kid they are, you know, like 16, 17, you know, or 18, 19. He'd probably be more likely to. If they're 5 or 6, obviously, I think a whole lot lesser not to.
Because I thought about doing stop drawing the image, instead have a Toxic Avenger doing it.
They'd probably be far more likely. But Toxic Avenger also has a much lesser moral code, or in some ways a stricter moral code, just to a destructive end than Frank does. So, Rick, did you have a chance to read this?
No.
I guess you could call it a short. It's only 16 pages. I wouldn't call it a short. I would call it more like an ash can. But it's only 16 pages, Rick, and it's a fast read. There's hardly any words in it.
I know. I should probably I gotta start reading a lot more stuff on the net. Well, maybe that doesn't. But
I was going to ask you if you liked my. You've probably seen this anyway, but the design for the Olephist, the sea serpent that she was fighting.
yeah. Well, I was gonna click that your link to take it. Is it free to read on Fables or?
Yeah. It's free to read on Fables. Like I said, I get
Uh,
ad revenue for it. That's how I get paid.
I know it wouldn't be out of character of a drawing of Billy Butcher mutilating the Eighth Wonder. That'll be perfectly in character.
Okay, next
Uh,
page. Next page.
Yeah, it's a few pages in.
'Cause I hate all the all the characters don't meld with my daughter. You don't know.
Oh, I don't care about any of the things from that.
Yeah, I see it here. Actually, I downloaded this page for reference.
That's why I assumed you might have seen it anyway.
Yeah, because I went through the whole thing. I didn't read it, but I was looking for
Yeah.
okay, what would be good to give something that I can see that will give a decent look for or show me what the costume is or
Yeah. Well, like the entire dialogue from this 16-page short, you could probably fit in a couple paragraphs. Like it's not very long. So even just skimming through looking for images, you've practically read it.
yeah. Although I didn't really look too much at dialogue, I'll
Mm.
admit. I've looked at the whole thing. That I can say. I just haven't read it.
Yeah, I originally made this for Kitty Hawk's Sweet 16 contest on Newgrounds back in actually when did I do this? I have to go check on my website. The information's there.
For those sort of contests, can you do it like in a team, like one person write, one person draw?
Oh yeah. There's just only a singular prize, so you'd have to split it. But it's a lot of ways. The main reason people do it is just to get their stuff seen. But this was back in December of 2023 is when it ended. Because I think I ended up putting the comic up the same time that I uploaded it.
Uh, uh, it's been like 4 years and I still can't get a job.
I'm aware.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It took me like a year or two. Have you went to one of those employment agencies to help?
No, still haven't. Still just been
Well,
calling up individual businesses.
yeah.
But
Well,
I've stopped looking for. I've stopped looking for one. I'm just gonna hope these stories turn out to get some money. And it's
I would seriously suggest going to one of those places if you can find one in your area, which I'm pretty sure you would be able to. And they should be able to help you. Get your resume together and all that. I'm pretty sure they would have stuff like that. I know they obviously do here in Canada. They definitely helped me a little bit when I was job searching. And sometimes they can help you do mock interviews to, know how to present yourself in interviews and stuff like that.
Well, I never even get a chance for an interview usually.
Yeah, well,
Just application and nobody reads it. So, and then because I know nobody reads it because nobody ever calls me. So that's the default response plan for if you offering a job to somebody. Just don't call back if you don't hire them.
yeah. And I know what that's like because I've put out like usually if I was when I was putting out resumes at a main time, I could put out 100 resumes and I'd be
We all know what it's like.
and I'd be lucky to get one call.
That's about the standard. Is on average right now, especially if you're a guy above the age of like 22. You get about one call per every 200 applications you fulfill.
Oh, okay. That's I'm never gonna get a call back. Essentially, considering how I usually just put out like in that. I used to just try to search for like an application like once or twice a month. So, well, before I
Yeah, no,
stopped
if you
this
want a
game,
job, you have to basically make finding a job a full time job.
Yeah, well, and there's a place that go. I'm not sure whether you would have it in there. If you can get yourself a resume together, you can go on like Indeed,
I
and
used to. I did that. I used to do that. Why it didn't work out.
I know when
Indeed's mileage will vary from location to location.
yeah,
Some places it's a gold mine of opportunities. Some places, especially if you're like where I am out in the middle of nowhere, there's hardly any opportunities at all, and they're looking for very specific, like skilled labor.
yeah. But my thing is on Indeed, especially depending where you are, like you said, you know, you don't have to go too much. You can just get online and go through whatever they have for the day that you believe you're skilled for, and you put in your resume application, however you want to say it, and at least then you can put in, 5 or 6 a day, possibly, or more. I know that's what I was doing. And, heck, the reason I got the job that I got right now is because I knew somebody.
Um, but I don't I don't know if uh the thing is I don't know if I should even try to play anything from Asia anytime soon. Anytime soon. Aside from just Resident Evil because I don't have a good computer to play it
I
anymore.
had absolutely no idea where you were going with that at first. I'll be honest. That just was a non sequitur that came out of nowhere.
Because the thing about these video games made in Asia is that they I noticed as I noticed that their games even if it's not pay to win like pretty much every mobile game. They're very uh they're very linear, like pretty much everything's decided for you. Like every JRPG has actors with pre-made classes will also predetermined characters. It's like I've never played a JRPG
Yeah,
before.
about as predetermined as the dialogue that you have when you hop on a stream.
Because gameplay and the characters pre-built for me. So I'm like the talk about the actual play style of the character and the character himself. I'm like, so it's like it's a RPG, it's a role playing game. So what's the customizability? Is it party composition? That it?
That varies from the game. This is a very open question. Like there's a lot of differences with a lot of these games.
It's like party composition is like the only thing that seems like something you can change. Why not just play? Why not just play Devil May Cry at that point? Like
That's a very narrow view of it, but whatever. Especially when it comes to role playing, because like role playing games is not all about customizability, right? It's about player agency, but it's not like some of the best role playing runs are done with completely prefabricated characters, and you just go in and you learn how to play the character. Many like starter campaigns and stuff come with fabricated characters for specifically that reason.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're video games. You can only do so much in a video game. You know, they only have so much space available
Yeah,
to.
so the dev has to decide what they want to allocate their development time to.
Which for American companies now seems to be graphics. That's it.
Yeah, more or less.
Hey,
Like you
Hey,
can't
taquita sauce.
like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has way less features than the original, which came out 2004. Uh, because uh they want to make some kind of Bioshock clone
yeah,
instead of an
well,
art instead of a game with customizable protagonists and customizable that's what instead of a customizable protagonist you have like was essentially a pre-made protagonist
well,
than Bioshock.
well. Unfortunately,
They don't,
they can't make. You can only do so much for customizable.
no. It used to be no. The video game from 2004 has more customizability than the game from 2020
Yeah,
2025.
no. It's not about what you can or can't do with customizability, right? Because there are always been a lot of things you could do. It's
Yeah,
about development time, right? Like
yeah.
you only have so much time, so much resources. What are you going to dedicate your resources during development towards?
Taquito sauce. I am drawing a Metals character from his short or ashcan, whatever you want to call it. 16 pages off his website or on Fables, which you can read for free. And this is Patty from the Bodacious Bikini Battle Babes of Britatis Bay.
Britus, you were
Brit-
close. You almost got the whole thing.
I do have it right in front of me. Yeah, I got the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
image up, so that's how I was even able to get that far.
Brutus Bay is an actual bay in Ireland. It is the longest beach on the island, and it's on the southern end that faces the Irish Sea in between them and the UK.
And Alpha
No,
says I didn't know the show had started.
uh, I just don't know how to get over my hatred of about my hatred of uh it's a sudden really bad anime and manga that I've read. So I just uh that I've read before. So I just come up with these wanting to draw these graphic artworks of Athena Haruka from Don't Love My Daughter getting her eye gouged out or having
Yeah, but you understand how boring that is for everyone else, right?
Well, the best way to do it is because you don't like them, don't think about it. Nobody else probably cares about them much
No,
because we're not bringing them up.
yeah, well, I'm not even saying like not to make his event story or anything. I'm just saying like to be the only thing he talks about every single time, how boring that is for everyone.
Alpha says sort of the same thing as me. It's easy. Don't talk about them.
Yeah,
Alpha also said about the bodacious bikini babes of Batatas Bay. Say that five
Brutus
times
Bay.
fast.
Yeah. I actually have a link to Patty's page if anybody's more curious about the character. She's also known as the War Witch. Which, it also has the link to the story on the main site if you click on it. The link I put up earlier, like I said, was the probably the most family friendly version of the story. Even though I don't think it's not family friendly, there are things that have higher standards than I. Um, at no point is there actual nudity. It's like a Sailor Moon style transformation, but some sites are like, well, that looks nudity to me. So there's the Fables version has it like whited out with like a glow to make it even more prudish, I guess.
Alpha says, I would draw her, but I have to draw for Cross. And then he says, it wouldn't be fair to him if I'm drawing your character medal. Or you could come on for this and draw it if you want it. Or you could just come on and draw, Snowdrift. Page 4, I believe.
Yeah,
you're on.
or if you just want free promotion on my site and social medias, you could draw it anyway. Actually, if you get it finished in relative time before next Wednesday, you and Rick could be in the same one, because if I find any fan art in the week on Wednesdays, I do an art roundup of any it doesn't have to be directly fan art, it could be commissions, requests, whatever, doesn't matter. But as unofficial art made by somebody else, I will do an art roundup. I will plug their socials and everything in there. And there hasn't been one in a while because I haven't found any in a while. But if it exists, it will end up on the weekly art roundup.
Yeah, and Taquito, Alpha is, I won't say he's the main artist, but he's one of the artists. Right now, I seem to have 2 artists.
And Raul seems to be gunning for that main artist position because he keeps asking for more books.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I'd probably get him to do a
Can't
bunch
afford to.
more.
Um, the,
On what?
yeah, I say, I'm always bringing this up because that's always one. I'm always one thing thinking about just killing things that I don't like.
Well, you should probably try not thinking about that. That would probably be healthier.
Yeah.
I mean, I've learned years ago. No one gives a fuck about what I like, so it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. Talking about what you like doesn't matter. So just always think about what you don't like.
Well, I say focus on what you do like, because then you'll just be happier.
Like no one gives a fuck. No one. Like I tried writing multiple times about like Goofanoy. He fights a carjacker who builds weaponized cars, and or he fights a ninja. A ninja this year, and goes on. A ninja goes on a mass shooting at a comedy club. I'm like, but no one gives a damn about this. They just
Wait,
want the mask.
but you want to know something? It's not that. If it's still no, yeah, my stuff is superheroes. I'll admit that. But 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, nobody cared about Cross Comics either. Nobody cared about the Canadian Shield. Nobody cared about any of my characters, except for maybe a few people that knew me, and maybe they didn't really even care about them. But I continued anyways, and I worked on it, and then I got on YouTube, and nobody would care at first, even here. But then I got people coming to my thing, and people have started to care. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
now
afraid-
Rick's got a small coalition of people that keep trying to push his stuff.
Yeah, I was about to. I'm half afraid to ask about this.
I think I'm part of that. I made that animation promoting Canadian Shield #3
Yeah,
a long time ago.
And like, well, I am half afraid to ask this. Metal, you didn't care about this one part. I did no, but 6 years ago, before you discovered my channel, you didn't care about Canadian Shield, right?
I didn't even
I
know he
didn't
was
know.
to be able to care about him.
Yeah. But now, 6 years later, you care about him somewhat?
I mean, Rick, if I didn't, I would probably not be giving you the discounts that I do for the work that I do.
Yeah. So, but that's, my
Um,
point.
But it's also because I care
could-
about you. And as an indie creator, one of the ways to get people to care about your characters is to get them to care about you.
because I realized I realized like the anime. I think the manga industry and the porn industry just fundamentally linked. Like, they're two inseparable things. So
Oh, you're gonna hate to know that that is true about all mainstream comics and animation.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
but it's
over
more
here we
obvious.
do a better job of like hiding it.
Yeah. They draw not safe for work, but no one publishes that. No one publishes that officially. Officially,
Yeah. And Alpha probably
in
a year
America.
ago didn't care about Cross Comics. Or maybe 2 years ago. Or Canadian Shield or whatever.
No one published the smut officially in America.
Well, there's also a
In
lot of
comics.
stuff that's not smut that you call smut, so that's also going to vary from personal perspective.
I mean, you have a you have a superhero eating out her own sister. So and don't know
No,
my
some
daughter.
of it
So
is, but you also end up calling a lot of things smut that isn't.
I mean,
Like
what
you've called the Dragon Maid smut, and that's not definitionally smut.
No, I don't think I've ever called Dragon Maid smut. I think I've called it something else. I've never called it porn.
Aren't they basically the same thing? Porn and smut?
I've never called it smut. I don't think I've ever called it smut. I've called no. I don't think I ever called Dragon Maid smut. I think I called it. I called. I think I called Sugo Momo smut. But I didn't even create admit that.
Alpha says, what's
Uh,
wrong with going to eat out to with a bite to eat with your sister? Alpha says they might be hungry. Taquito says smut scares me. I
Well,
get
when I
nightmares.
say eating out, I meant blowjob. But I mean, you had half a chapter where a guy having sex with his own mom. So
Yeah, well, most of the people here don't even consider reading that stuff or watching it, whatever. So,
it's never got anime. None. But I called that Reincarnation Coliseum smut because I mean you have graphic sex every chapter, so it's supposed children's manga, but I don't really know what children's manga even means. It doesn't mean anything. Like shonen shoujo doesn't mean anything. I've realized that now, considering like imagine if all American kids entertainment falls in the category of Yo Gabba Gabba or Glee or the American Pie movies, and there's not much.
I wouldn't say all American kids or whatever.
Uh, okay, that's kind of how anime is like I can
But the
because
thing
different
is,
cultures.
unfortunately, anime is better written at the moment. That's why more of them are into it and they're not getting preached at or whatever, like a DC and
Oh,
Marvel.
you probably all getting you guys probably all getting preached at. Like you do you think Kill la Kill's not preaching something to the audience? Or like Fire
Well,
Force?
well,
Oh
I
no,
don't,
you're well. Depends what you mean by preaching, but yeah, I missed most of the conversation. The author's philosophy is definitely going to be coming through there. I just had to just say goodbye to the guy who was doing the installation
Yeah.
to everything,
Mm,
so I just sat back down.
mm. Yeah. You're getting preached at, and then and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Well, I can't say for those. I haven't seen them. I just know with what
Oh, I saw the
American
recent
comics.
Fire Force one. Like the author really had to vent some steam in it. I would definitely call it preaching. And people people typically don't call it preaching when it's something they agree with, but it's still preaching.
Yeah. But I'm just saying most mangas are not preaching like American comics, DC and Marvel are nowadays. And
Yeah, I think there's some there are.
I didn't
Well, yeah,
say
definitely some.
yeah. I'm saying
The thing is,
most
like,
on average. I'm not talking about the
you do have to be
outliers.
familiar with something to be able to know whether it is preaching or not. Because somebody's philosophy coming through in their writing is inevitable, but then sometimes they do just like hammer you in the face with something.
Yeah. But
Also, is there a difference between characters directly preaching ideology in verbally, or is it actions like what's happening in the story of something is something preaching?
Well, I think it's preachy even when it's verbally. It's preachy when the things the audience is saying is directed more at the audience than what's going on in the world, right?
But is it still preachy when it's actions, not verbs? When it's actions, not words. That
Well, I don't think
like
you
what's
can
happening.
really act at the audience, so I don't think it would be preachy so much when it's actions, right? Um, like you can not be breaking the fourth wall, but there you can tell when dialogue is being said for the sake of the audience and not for the sake of what is going on. Right. So like if you have two people with different philosophies that are arguing with each other, like there's a debate in the combat, sometimes even the combat very much in manga, you do that sometimes here, but not as much, is the debate at the same time, right? Like there's a moral or philosophical thing going on with the battle. That is different because that is actually trying to set up what you want the resolution to be, as opposed to, well, you could take Fire Force as the example, where while there is combat going on involving the lewdness at the same time, you have a character who is saying things that pretty much exists only for the audience to hear it.
Uh,
That's when it gets preachy.
because of one anime that I did like up until the halfway point, Babylon. Because I'm not sure if you hear me talk about this show before, but Babylon, the entire last couple episodes was just preaching with politicians who we don't know or care about, by the way, debating about ethics and the
yeah.
value of life. It was bad.
Okay, let's see. We got a few chats here. Taquito says yes and no. There is a rise of more confirmed queer characters in popular manga, anime. He says JJK. I guess he's an example. JJK and Michelle are quick examples. I'm not sure who those are.
Jujutsu Kaisen and Mashal.
Alpha asks actions like what? Just wait a second to answer that. And then Taquito says, but the difference is that the characters will take their sexuality in stride. And then he says, versus Western comics that make it all political stance. And then Outcast is here and he says, what's up, Rick fellas in the chat? Not much, just talking about, I guess, Western comics versus manga.
I mean, I'd rather be talking about the bodacious bikini battle bays of British Bay, but I guess that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because Babylon, that don't watch that show because I was fooled by the first half of the show, because the first half of the show is really good, and everything after episode 7 is just awful. Uh,
So Alpha did ask actions like what? So I'm not sure. I think that would be more to you, Fitzjozo, because you were saying about action.
For example, in the most recent Superman movie, having Hawkgirl kill the president of not Israel.
Yeah, but you can't really preach through an action, right? That's just a thing that happens in it. Now, if there was like commentary over or after the action where they were like praising it and trying to convince the audience like, oh, how much of a good thing that was, and it wasn't because you just saw something horrible happen in world so the audience would want to cheer that on, then that becomes preachy. But you can't really preach through like an event or action that just happens. There has to be some type of kind of like push on top of that.
That seemed petty, by the way. Like that, just have a Hawkgirl
It could be
kill the
petty,
president.
but petty and preachy are not always synonymous with each other.
I do not support Israel at all, by the way. But
I don't really care.
But it's like putting that in the story and then having the one of the superheroes literally kill the president of not Israel. Just it's just what the hell? Yeah, that seems petty as hell. I can see him getting arrested because this is such an anti superhero thing to do. Because they're supposed to be
yeah,
they're
but
supposed to be
some superheroes a little
Rick.
prettier. Yes.
Is there a problem with your camera?
I don't know why.
Oh, because on stream and even in call, it looks like a piece of fogged glass.
That'd be because I didn't put my camera up.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay if you didn't want to. I just wanted to let you know, just in case.
Yeah.
It was such a not normal. It's an anti because this doesn't feel like something that the DC heroes would normally do. Like just kill a government leader, government official, let alone the president of that country. It's like, huh?
Yeah. Well.
Like like killing the president of a country, like, huh? Like having a superhero do it. It's
yeah.
like,
well, the only superheroes that I know of in DC that have the no kill rule are, of course, Superman and Batman. All the other ones have not said whether.
I know, but killing the president of a country is something entirely different from just killing like a regular criminal.
Yeah.
It also depends because, like, depending on the run, if you want to call the Hawk family, so I'm not just like singling a single one out. There's several of them. Have been some pretty brutal characters that have done things that other characters would not have done.
Yeah.
Because
they actually picked almost the most fitting person to do it out of their whole cast.
But because normally Superman, because normally it has happened in a Superman movie nonetheless. Because normally Superman is very much against doing something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with Alvin. In the end, it was a made-up place. It doesn't really matter. It was just for like internal geopolitics.
I know internal geopolitics, but he's still in universe. He's killing the president. You killing the president of a country in universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some characters that would do that.
Yeah, Superman. Yeah, having this happen in a Superman movie, even though it wasn't Superman doing it, that's just kind of odd because Superman is very much against that. But again, that's kind of a problem when you having other characters, other superheroes that's not Superman being in the same film. It's like,
well, that part I can agree with. I thought that film was way too bloated with too many things. I didn't think we needed as many heroes in it, with as many like sidelines to the plot as it was. Like, I do have a lot of criticisms with that movie that we probably agree on. There's still quite a few things I liked about it, but I think there was more I disliked about it than I liked.
Same here. It wasn't. Yeah. Again, I don't think that was the direction they should have went with the Superman movie reboot. I would just like the standalone Superman movie.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't need Mr. Hawker here.
They're trying to set up a universe, so.
You don't really need universe. You just need to have the character be there, and then at the post-credit scene, you might have somebody else show up. That's how the MCU did it.
Yeah, but this isn't the NCEU.
Yeah.
But that keep that make that but that narrows the focus down to your hero instead of just
Oh yeah.
instead of blowing the film.
Rick, I'm gonna remind you when you get to the hair because the one that you referenced is just a flat image, and I was
Yeah.
gonna go way darker in the tones. Her hair is closer to like the border between dirty blonde and brunette, even though it almost looks like a strawberry blonde there, and that's just because that's where we're starting with the flats.
Okay.
Like what?
I did send you
When I
that other
get
one as an example too, but I just wanted to remind you.
like when I get to making Goofanoid, there's not going to be any other heroes in Orlando because that'll just bloat the plot, and I don't want to bloat the story. Like
Oh,
it,
Alpha's gonna
plus
go order some Chinese food.
plus plus we gotta ask why they aren't always here.
Why is all?
So
That is a
Well,
problem I used to have with specifically Marvel, right? Where
because
it's
they're all in New
like,
York.
yeah, and to a degree, New York's such a big place that if there was only one person per borough, you could still have enough separation that they would occasionally interact. But there's just like so many people in New York, they'd be tripping over each other left and right.
Exactly. Exactly. And there are superheroes in other places as well, but no one cares about them in the Marvel universe. The San Francisco have any heroes? Like
I don't think so because I think the West Coast Avengers are down in like LA, aren't they?
exactly. Yes.
Well, Venom was in San Francisco for a while.
I know.
Oh, see, I wouldn't know that because I hate Venom solo stuff. Just altogether, I hate it. I don't even like it existing.
Yeah, he says Alpha says Venom in the '90s was in San Francisco.
This is why the movies were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense now.
Oh, I didn't get these other trim areas on the bikini.
I'm like, oh, I think it usually, yeah, I draw like a couple bits of fluff, I think, coming out of the back of her nape. Stuff that just like didn't get picked up by the bun.
Another, yeah, I don't know if he my brother and my dad talking. Um, uh, another thing with that Superman film is that what I don't understand what was the point of having all them villains in that movie? All the I don't understand. Like you have all these different random supervillains just plopped
Oh,
into
it's
that movie.
because James Gunn wanted it was a kid playing in a toy box. That's it. That's the reason why everything was in there anyway.
Like that. I don't understand. That's the thing. You should. I would like a standalone Superman movie as Star of the Universe, and then that
Well, we've had
I
several.
would just like more like low scale stories anyway.
you making the movie less good to sell for universe.
We've had several standalone Superman movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had four of
Oh,
them with
Rick, you missed some.
What?
I just noticed. You know the racing lines that are everywhere?
Yeah, I know already.
Also,
I know.
there's
Yeah,
also a racing line that goes over each of her breasts.
Guess what? That's the one that's. I was in the middle of drawing as you said
Okay.
that.
I'm looking at the stream version.
look at the disco. So yeah, see already. No. This is it's like like he threw all these random villains in this movie. Like, can we narrow this down to like maybe one superpower henchman or two, the most?
Yeah.
I don't even get what the like,
Well,
especially with the whole with especially with the whole clone Superman thing. You really only need that one character.
Alpha says in How to Draw Marvel, the Marvel Way, John Buscema said, add eyelashes to the ladies, which, I mean, no matter what style I draw, I always add eyelashes to the ladies. Some styles, you add eyelash to the fellas too, just usually not as prominent to the ladies unless you're trying to
Yeah.
go full Bishojo.
yeah,
But,
well, I didn't. I probably should have, but I just didn't see them on your drawings here. So
oh, she's got them. She's got them. They're not super prominent because she is at best wearing like neutral waterproof makeup since she's going to be doing lifeguard stuff, but she's got them.
But yeah, but did because I'm probably not even going to watch any more DCU projects.
Okay.
well, good for you.
What
Yeah.
I know Rick Piper is probably going to watch more because
Yeah, I'll watch them all.
You
Decide for myself.
barely have to convince Rick if he needs to watch one.
because you probably want to watch that Lantern show, which is part DCU.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it and get my own perspective on it, and maybe I won't watch it for some time. It's hard to tell. It's like I've been meaning to watch the. Is it out yet? The Section 51 movie, I think it is, and been meaning to watch the Starfleet Academy thing, which are supposed to both be train wrecks.
Sometimes it can be fun to watch a train wreck.
I don't usually don't bother watching train wrecks. Oh, like imagine trying to watch the Emoji Movie. Was it like imagine trying to watch that movie.
Well, you can enjoy the Emoji Movie if it's for all the wrong reasons.
But
I mean, Food Fight was at least funny in how bad it was.
I didn't actually see
Uh,
that movie, so and I think I thought about seeing it, and I might watch it eventually, but you know, I just like watching superhero flicks, and sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. Like,
I know the next thing I'm watching in theaters, and I will go to the theaters to watch it,
Mario.
and that's the new Scary Movie. Well, I'll probably end up seeing Mario too, but I want to see Scary Movie 6 because they finally brought the Wayans brothers back, and it looks really good, and it's like, yes, this is exactly what I liked about 1 and 2.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's not hard to convince me to go see, like a movie, yeah, a superhero movie, like, you know, I like superheroes.
I recently just saw a trailer for a movie that's coming out this month, which called Project Hail Mary, which involves a guy teaming up with an alien to save the Earth. I
Yeah,
didn't
I've
even
heard
know
of
about
that
this
one.
movie existed until just this month. So I'm like, just today actually. So I'm like, what?
I, s-
Because
I-
a lot of these films you see no advertising for. So I'm like, what the hell?
yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I forget exactly what it was about, so I was thinking I wanted to go
We
see
have a
that.
question in the chat, Rick,
Yeah, yeah.
from
I
Lord Bra 500. What do you think of the year 2016?
guess it was all right. I don't know.
Hmm.
What am I
10
supposed
years
to?
ago, I was like 14. It's like it was yeah, I mean, everything was normal up until Trump became president.
I mean, I think it was still kind of normal.
Yeah. I mean, that's also the year that Ghostbusters that Ghostbusters reboot came out with nobody, which I did not give a damn about, because I didn't even go see.
Oh, the girl one? I went and seen it, but I'll admit that that movie sucked. I did not like it. Joshua is around. There's another movie I don't like. The Woman Ghostbuster movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember because he was wondering before if there was movies you didn't like. I remember that.
I mean that year I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought the
Was that
first
that
movie
year?
was good.
I like
Yes,
the first one.
the
I thought the
the
first
first
one
one
was
was
pretty
good,
solid.
but everything after that was bad because J.K. Rowling decided to turn the whole series to like this big epic Harry Potter prequel about Dumbledore and whether or not he's going to kill Grindelwald, even though we know
Yeah,
that's
I
not
had no
going.
interest in the follow-ups.
Well,
Rick,
like
Rick.
Yeah.
I
There's
wish
there's also a racing stripe on her neck.
Oh, okay.
I I would I wish Riley had stuck with Newt Scamander as the main character, and it's about
Oh,
exploring,
same. I like Newt.
discovering different animals.
I
I
like the
just,
fact that it was almost like walking through an encyclopedia and just like running into things.
yeah, I wish the plots continued to be about all the different monsters that exist in this world. Uh,
Yep,
all
that's what
different
I was
creatures.
hoping.
But I even thought of different sequels in my head that were way better than what they did. If you want to have the Wizarding World still be involved, have some evil wizard try to use these animals as weapons, read these animals as weapons, and they call and do to deal with it or something. Much better ideas than Dumbledore having whether or not Dumbledore's going to kill Grindelwald, which you already know is not going to happen. Like that because they was butt buddies in the past or something. This is dumb.
Well, my answer to the question is 2016 was a year I was alive in, so it was a good year.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it was bad.
And I will say that for every year I was alive in was a good year.
Can't believe it's 10 years since Gravity Falls ended. Yeah.
Also, if you could tell from that image, Rick, that there is a for the arms and legs, there's a stripe on both the inside and the outside.
Oh, okay. No, I did not notice it was
Yeah.
inside and outside.
It's I don't know how meaningful it was a decision because I chose to watch Fantastic Beasts over Doctor Strange because
I think I saw
those
both of
those
those.
came out the same weekend. Was that?
I saw both of those in theater.
Oh, 'cause those came out the same weekend, same month.
I
Same
think I
weekend.
paid for me and somebody else to go see Doctor Strange. But then also reverse, one of my friends took me to see Fantastic Beasts, so it ended up kind of evening out.
But Fantastic Beasts, the first movie, of course, was better overall than Doctor Strange was. And I did see Doctor Strange pirated later.
So here's something you gotta understand too, and I think even though there's a generational gap between us, where we're like back to back generations. I might have been the last generation where this is just kind of true for it, but for a while we came from just going to see a movie for the sake of seeing a movie, right? Like that's just the thing you did. You have some extra money, it's the weekend or maybe your day off or whatever, and you just head over to the theater and go watch a movie. Doesn't matter what's in the theater. You just look at the list and you pick the best sounding one to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. With the Doctor Strange movie, which is another wizard movie that happened to come out the exact same weekend. My jaw kept dropping, just kept dropping at the decisions they made for that movie. Is like the ancient one is now this old Irish lady or Scottish lady or something. The The Wong's
Yeah,
nothing
well,
like how
that's
he is in the comics.
the most understandable change. I
Mhm.
wish they didn't, but I get why they did it
They could
because
just
the
made him an
ancient
old
one was
Chinese man and
traditionally
not have changed his appearance.
Tibetan.
I know
Yeah, I
because it's
know.
Tibetan in the comics. I just made him Chinese, and then no one would complain. So
They could have
they
made him
still
an
won't look the
elder
same.
of like the Shaolin monastery or something instead.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
they also wanted to use Tilda Swinton.
And then, but they had Wong, who's nothing like comics Wong at all. Like and the villains in the Doctor Strange movie was super boring. Like Dormammu didn't even look anything like he did in the comics. Like, like what like what? I'm hindsight. I'm glad I went to go see Fantastic Beasts instead. At least that first movie was good.
Yeah.
I didn't even go see the Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. I know it's not a Doctor Strange movie. I know that. Know that much.
Oh, that was probably the worst MCU movie I've seen. I didn't see that one until it came like to streaming and stuff. And it's because my parents were already watching that. I went to the theater because I was dragged there when my cousin came into town, and I really wasn't given an option to see Love and Thunder, and I hated that. And I thought Multiverse was Madness was even worse than Love and Thunder.
Yeah, but they didn't really want to make a Doctor Strange movie with Multiverse of Madness. This is all about the continuation of that WandaVision TV show they made, which I didn't even
Also
see.
awful. I remember I watched that one because we were reviewing it week by week. Basically, Marsupial was going to watch it anyway. He's like, okay, if you stream it over call to me, I'll watch it with you and we'll review it for the show. And I wouldn't say I regret it because I didn't pay for it, and it was only like an hour of my week. But at the same time, I definitely would not have watched it otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were parts I enjoyed. I actually kind of liked the sitcom concept. I hated everything that was outside of that.
Yeah,
The sitcoms
I
were
didn't
fun.
watch any. I still not watch any Disney Plus Marvel thing because the only one that even had the slightest interest in was Moon Knight. Even then, that's like they didn't really execute it. They did execute the same way. The same way. Like but I have not watched any of them.
I haven't watched them in a while. I watched.
I'm never going to watch the whole Wonder Man. Wonder Man. I mean, that's kind. I think. I mean, Wonder Man is like I never liked the character in the comics anyway. But like that's not even comics Wonder Man. That's just a movie
I
about
liked
actors.
Wonder Man, the comic character, but mostly because he did a lot of stuff with Carol back when Carol was still a good character, and I liked their dynamic. I thought they were fun. Like, I think the only comic I liked during Civil War itself was awful, but there was some tie-in and spin-off comics that were doing their own thing at the same time that were pretty good. And the Miss Marvel Civil War tie-in line was really fun, where while all of that stuff was going on, her and Wonder Man were basically just running around taking out Hydra. I liked that. That was a good comic. If only the rest of Civil War was that good.
But yeah, but this whole the Disney Plus
Yeah.
TV shows, the Marvel thing, this only exists as content to fill out the streaming service. That's what it is. It's not actually a product in of itself. The streaming service is the product, and we need a reason why you should not cancel your subscription. we make all these TV shows that Secret Invasion, like it I just looking at the trailer today, like
Yeah, Secret Invasion sucked. It didn't remind me anything of the actual comics. So. They could have done
and
more.
his thing, Marvel TV television is a good concept, but they don't pick the right characters for the most part.
No, they just don't execute it right. The characters
No,
could.
no, they don't even pick the right. They don't even pick the right characters. There are so many characters from the comics you can do a TV show off of that they hadn't done a movie in the MCU for yet. That could probably be a good show. But they don't even care to execute it right because they're not really making the TV show. They're really just making a stretched out movie that exists solely to be as content, so that's not cancel subscription. It's basically a giant ad. It's not a giant ad. It's not really a TV show. The TV show is just an ad for the streaming service.
This is such a boring conversation.
Iron Fist, my beloved. Blue, it looks like is her eye color here.
Yeah, she's got blue eyes.
So, what else can you tell us about this character or this series?
I can tell you she doesn't go to the movies. That is not how she spends her weekends.
What Marvel character, Metal and Rick, what Marvel character do you think deserves the best TV show? Deserves TV
right
show?
Now, none of them. Screw Marvel. I hope they burn down.
And what actor? Like, what character?
Sick and tired of Marvel.
What character from the comics? Well, okay. I mean, I'm not, because I've never
says
seen
you should
anything.
practice drawing eyes. I remember a time when Rick was practicing drawing eyes, and then he quit.
I know. 'Cause I remember it was on when he drew Sailor Saturn. It's like, wow, like the one eye was really messed up.
Trust me, this is way better than how he used to draw eyes. I'm telling you.
Okay. I don't go back and watch his ancient streams, so I'm gonna believe what you say, madam. We just said, madam.
As for
what is
Yeah, that's fine
like
enough. Hair color wise,
I'm not tired of Marvel because I hadn't watched anything Marvel for 7 years. So it's been 7 years since I watched anything Marvel, so I don't know.
The problem is, and this is what I'm saying, I'm sick and tired of Marvel. Almost the same with DC too, is I can go out of my way to not see any of that stuff, and yet people are gonna bring it up to me anyway. Like, I can't run from it if I tried.
And Joshua, did you hear earlier? I was saying another movie that I hate it or whatever. Forget what it was now, but what was that movie that I said I disliked?
Oh, it was the Ghostbusters. The 2016 Ghostbusters. That was the one.
The girl one, yeah. That sucked. That was a movie that was not worth my money. I'm glad I seen it on a Tuesday.
And that's why I don't go see movies. That's why I don't go see movies. And that's why I don't
go. Fizz, we already heard you say that's why you don't go see movies. You don't have to, like, I know you hear somebody else talking. We did hear what you said. Right? So my dad's such a huge movie buff that he will go see trash, basically, and still enjoy it. And he may not admit that half the stuff that he watches is trash, but he'll watch almost anything. If he has money, he'll go to the theater. He'll go watch something. There's only ever been one movie that he's ever just not enjoyed so much that he got up and walked out of the movie at the expense of having already bought a theater ticket, and that was Hail Caesar.
Oh,
Hail Caesar. When did that come out?
Was it within the last decade? Let me look at the when did Hail Caesar come out? Yeah, 2016, exactly a decade ago. And he was just like such a pretentious, like, industry movie, right? Of actors and movie creators sniffing their own farts that he was just not enjoying it, and he got up and he left the theater.
Joshua says.
That was Hail Caesar. That was about the Roman Emperor or something else. I'm confused.
It's about actors.
Oh,
Rick, you've seen The Room. You can answer this.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. Joshua says next you're gonna tell me The Room wasn't a good movie.
I still
Probably not the best.
haven't seen Room because I don't go on my way to see bad movies. That's the thing.
Rick, I think you probably would have enjoyed it more if I had remembered to tell you to grab the Sony kind of like censored version where you didn't have to do your own censoring of all of the sex scenes.
Well, that's probably not even. Just if I remember.
It's not the biggest factor, but I think it would have made some difference.
It's just.
Because I don't go on my way to see bad movies. That's the thing. I gotta keep my.
Oh, dude, I love a good bad movie.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. A good bad movie.
Oh, yeah. Listen, there's bad movies and then there's bad movies. And like a bad movie can be so bad that it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'm just.
Because we used to do that, right? There was your bad movie night. I even another one I completely forgot that there was a sex on the beach scene was the Surf Nazis Must Die. That was a bad movie.
Yeah. Uh,
I love the hero of that too. Like the hero of Surf Nazis Must Die is just like this little old black lady because like the Surf Nazis killed her son and she just like gets a gun and just starts like hobbling and mowing down the Surf Nazis. It's like the most hilarious
Surf
ending to a
Nazis.
movie. Yeah, the Surf Nazis.
So, yeah, surf
They're
team is
Yeah, the Californian Surf Nazis.
Yeah.
yeah, the 70s.
Everybody knows about the Surf Nazis.
60s and 70s made a lot of bad movies. Well, and afterward. There's been a lot of bad movies in other decades, but I think 60s and 70s or 50s and 60s, really took the cake for that.
Yeah, the main premise is that it was a dystopic future California where like people could still go on their daily lives, but basically SoCal was completely taken over by rival gangs. And one of the gangs, one of the most powerful ones, was a bunch of like neo-Nazi beach surfers that were in charge of the area, the Surf Nazis. And at one point, they made the mistake of killing the sweetest guy in the world who's like, you go to the retirement home to visit and take care of his mother, go out his way to do charity and stuff like that. And his old elderly mother was like, these Surf Nazis have had it too good for too long, and takes a gun and starts just like shooting them down. There's like a shipping yard scene too and everything where like this person should not be the hero of the story, and that's what makes it amazing.
That'd be a good movie though. It seems like one of those 70s movies that try to be bad on purpose. That don't seem like it was trying to be a good movie though, from what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, this was definitely somebody had an idea, and it just was not either A, that good of an idea. You could probably tweak it and turned it into a good idea. But like their idea, the way they were doing it wasn't that good of an idea. And they didn't execute it very well either. But they executed in a way that's just like really, really fun to watch. It's like it's bad, but it's good.
Joshua says Surf Dracula versus Surf Nazis.
Ooh. I think Surf Dracula beats the Surf Nazis. I mean, to be fair, they got taken out by a little old lady with a gun. I think Surf Dracula has it.
Well, I don't know. Is that a real thing or Surf Dracula?
Surf Dracula's a meme, right? It's this thing about how, like, back in the day, you would have a show called Surf Dracula, and every single episode for like 100 episodes would be Dracula surfing each time because that's what the title was. But now, if you had a show called Surf Dracula, it would take 3 seasons before Dracula even got a surfboard.
Did you know they actually did that with Perry Mason reboot?
Yeah.
Like they actually did that. So he doesn't come along to the end of the first season.
But even being just a
Like-
meme, I think Surf Dracula takes the Surf Nazis. I don't even think it's close.
Question is, how would Surf Dracula be beaten? Could he be beaten?
Oh, no,
Maybe, right? Because obviously Surf Dracula has to do all his surfing at nighttime. So if you get him like caught in a riptide or something, I mean, already it's weird enough because Dracula shouldn't be going over running water, but apparently this Dracula can because he can surf, right? So you get him caught in a riptide until the sun comes up.
And then he gets burned to a crisp.
As you do. I tell you, if Patty was the lifeguard, the Surf Nazis would have never gotten into power.
There you go. Patty versus the Surf Nazis.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that'd be funny. Mostly because I can't. She mostly just deals with Fey folk and stuff, but also I can't really think of a reason why Surf Nazis would show up to British Bay. I mean, I could force one, but it wouldn't be fun.
It wouldn't be fun.
Not for me. Maybe it would be fun for the audience, but it wouldn't be fun for me. And I think I also need to be having fun.
True. Well, they could get swept through some time portal or whatever, some
Yeah.
portal to this beach and just try and take over, and then they got to take on Patty.
Yeah, I do have like, because right now I'm only really thinking about shorts and stuff, maybe introduce some of the other characters of Brutus Bay. If I did find somebody who wanted to work on it for maybe like a revenue share or something like that, I do have an overarching story arc involving quite a few different characters, maybe even some of the Celtic gods, like the Morrigan is involved in it. There's actually like a plot going on in the background. It's not just like wild monsters being let loose every so often. But that's something that's just going to be sitting on the back burner.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of other things to do first, right?
Oh, too many things. Too many things. And I need to find artists that are like, listen, I want 50 to 60% of whatever the revenue is. And like, you know what? I'm fine with that. That's fine. I'll do all of the other work, including the writing, but also I'll do the lettering, I'll do the promotion, I'll make sure this thing gets sold, I'll do the accounting. You'll get your money as long as you keep drawing. Well, actually, even if you don't keep drawing, like indefinitely, you'd get it for the same book.
Yeah, as long as the book's making money, you're making money.
Yep. That's what Phasma I'm doing for the Dreamscape Dilemma.
How's that coming along?
Well, it'll be coming along faster if it wasn't for the fact that Corvid Kid is having its 5th anniversary. So that's like a reasonable thing to have a delay over.
Oh yeah.
That's the 5s and 10s are like the big ones you got to pay attention to.
That's what I gotta send that
Yeah.
to her. I gotta send that to her too. You
Mhm.
just DM her it, right? On
Yep. As long as it's like a PNG, you can just DM it to her. I've got an unfinished sketch of her character Eve for that, just sitting over there next to the work in progress for your cover.
yeah.
Actually, so I was working on a colored version of Bodacious Bikini Battle Babes of Burdus Bay. Working it basically like the Corvid Kid commission that I did recently, where I'm just going to retain all of the tones, but I'll do like color holds and stuff on everything.
Yeah.
That I'm actually going to sell. So like the black and white version will be free to read forever, but if you want to read the color version, you're going to have to buy it.
Uh,
But I'll probably also make that the physical print version too, if people want to hold it in their hands.
Do.
I might do another short of this though after I catch up on some stuff. I'll do one for Moira, the other girl who shows up at the end, so you can see what she's like.
Cool.
Because she's really good friends with Patty, but their personalities are just very starkly different from each other.
So how many characters are gonna be in this? How many is the main team?
My current plan is to work with maybe about 5 of them, but there might be some other temporary people who come in and out. But not all 5 of them will necessarily be in every issue. They have different shifts.
Yeah.
I thought one of the funniest things is like typical magical girl stories, or even just like the Sentai stories where you have like a team of people. Usually they're functionally on call, right? Like they don't get to really have a day life, like a typical superhero. Danger's coming, I have to put the mask on, right?
Yeah.
But here I thought, what if this was actually like a position, right, where people had shifts and stuff like that. And sometimes maybe if the emergency is big enough, they'll do work when they're off shift. But for the most part, you just deal with these people like I'm on lifeguard duty today. I thought that would be like a really fun thing to almost like still keep everything intense and fun and crazy, but to also bring in like a level of
Something different.
like the mundane part of life where people are actually working jobs. And this is a mundane job despite how dangerous and chaotic it is. Even in this first little short, Patty is It's technically supposed to be on break, but the intern just can't handle it.
By
It's
break, you
always
mean
Patty's
like lunch
problem.
or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. Like she had already done like morning shift. Intern comes in, is like, I get my break, and then immediately an Olafist shows up, and she's trying to let Sophia handle it, but like she's just screaming like, Patty, help! I don't know what to do. I'm new.
I don't still get the appeal of Magic Girl stories. Are they supposed to be like romances?
Somewhat, and
They
probably,
can be.
Like, I
and,
know Card Captor Sakura was supposed to be a romance. That's
and probably the
The
reason you
appeal
know is to girls
is,
usually.
yeah, yeah, it's the girls, but the appeal is typically that you have a girl as the main character who is also a superhero. That's basically the appeal. It's just the way they want to do their superheroics, where there's like a transformation, they have some type of fashion, and then you get to see a girl just doing heroics.
and again, but again, the problem is the conflicts. The episodes are just so boring. That's the thing.
To you.
Yeah, and they're not made for guys. They're made for girls usually.
You know
So,
why a lot of magical girl are more of like fighting monsters and stuff that you're not supposed to sympathize with?
okay, why?
It's because typically the female nature is to bring order to things. This is a thing that is bringing things out of order. They
But,
don't want to sympathize with the enemy because then they wouldn't want to kill it.
but even Skeletor is a better villain than most of these Magical Girl villains because
Yeah, but
most.
Skeletor is too sympathetic for most women, so they wouldn't want to kill him.
What?
And
What?
also, again, he's made
Because he's a
for
person. And he also, in some versions, used to be hot before he lost his face.
Okay, how's that mean? Does that mean anything?
You have to think through the mind of a woman. I know it's nearly impossible, but you have to try.
Because I've no, no, I thought of doing an actual Magical Girl story, not just the killing Magical Girls thing. Called Cat Slayer Yukio, where the premise is that a Doberman with magical powers comes to this little girl and gives her some of his powers so they can hunt magical cats together. And the cats are from different personalities.
Because you have to, like, think. Morality. Women will send love letters to serial killers if they're hot enough.
yeah, it's all
I know.
about
They want their enemies to be the equivalent of like pests in their house. Something that should just die.
yeah, it's all about like getting to the girl head. What makes women tick, is not what makes guys tick. So, you know, to do a show for women, and I should say most guys or most women because
Yeah, we're talking about averages too. Obviously, you'll find outliers, right? There's a lot of women who already liked like superhero comics and stuff that were aimed towards guys. We're not talking about that. Same with there's guys who like magical girl stories. I enjoy quite a few of it. But we're also not talking about that either. We're talking about the bulk.
yeah, the majority of the audience. So the thing is, why it doesn't appeal to you is because you're not a girl.
Yeah, so
Ultimately,
where the actual tension tends to come, aside from the danger, because danger is always tension, tends to be the interpersonal drama, which is also something that, on average, women tend to prefer more than men in their stories.
So you literally can't have an actual villain for an actual traditional villain in a Magical Girl story.
I
You
mean,
just have to have
you
these.
can. You're playing a little riskier, you know. We said last time, the Sailor Moon villains are closer to traditional villains, but also Sailor Moon was made specifically with the intent of getting more like boys to read the magazine, right? It's just one that both demographics happen to like, and honestly, when you hear people talk about it, they sympathize a little too much with the villains in it on average. But one of the things that kept a lot of the normal readers reading it was the interpersonal drama and dynamics, especially the ongoing tension romance between Usagi and Demian.
You mean between Tuxedo Mask and
Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, yes.
Yeah. Mhm. So with the idea I have for a Magical Girl story, the whole Cat Slayer Yukio thing is might be a character in my main Cape Wait universe. That idea I have, that's not going to appeal to girls, probably.
I'm not saying it
But
won't. It just depends how you execute it, you know?
I mean, talking cats that she has to kill, the little girl has to kill.
Yeah, they'll probably sympathize with the cats too much on average. That would be my guess.
Even though they're evil, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, they're cats.
I mean, ultimately, still depends on how you do it, but like, also, yeah, they're cats already, you know.
Who can kill a cute little kitty cat? So what if it's
Taquito sauce like, do not kill the cats. I kind of agree there. Rule 101.
They're talking cat, evil cats.
There's a reason why the talking cat is usually the magical girl's familiar and not the other way around.
Well, she had her familiar is going to be a Doberman, a dog.
Yeah, something they find less cute.
That's kind of a joke.
Yeah, but like you talk about, that's kind of the joke, right? The subversive nature of it. You might appeal to some people, but by trying to do something subversive, you're already admitting that you're doing something against the interests of the target demographic.
You would probably be best to do that as a parody. Try and make it funny or whatever in some sort of way. I would guess. Would you agree, Metal? Or
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Or not necessarily parody. It could be parody, it could be satire, but if you're going to do that type of subversion, you're already deciding to deconstruct it. Which any deconstruction needs to also properly reconstruct it.
How's that deconstructing how a Magical Girl story works?
Well, because what you're doing is you are taking what the target audience wants and you're pulling it apart and plugging different things into the same places.
Yeah, you're making the cute. Maybe they're not so cute, but
You're doing like an intentional subversion.
Yeah, you're making the thing that they would find cute their enemy, and making the thing that they wouldn't find as cute their friend.
And I'll even go further. I'm gonna call it a subversion because to some degree you should be subverting expectations, but when you subvert expectations, mostly you want to exceed expectations. This is a reversion, where you're like flipping things polarly.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that either. It's just
You just have to know what that's gonna do to your demographic. So that's why Madoka is the go. Madoka is a deconstruction of the magical girl genre, which is why some people like it and some people don't.
Again, like I said last time, I saw Madoka Magic as like a bad version of Watchmen.
It's yeah, and I think it is that equivalency of magical girl stories, and it is very controversial, very popular. but it's not as popular as a lot of the stuff that it's deconstructing. It is probably the most controversial Magical Girl story because there was a lot of people that were like, this isn't what I want.
Yeah, like I like Watchmen better than Madoka, way better than Madoka Magica. Yes, I read the original comic.
Yeah, but I think you also like the thing that Watchmen is deconstructing more than the thing that Madoka is deconstructing.
But,
That would be a fair statement, right?
because like the top plots that QB, this evil cat, alien cat, from outer space, wants to you harvest the girl's soul energy from soul energy
Man, I want to
by
throw QB into a trash compactor.
Heck,
why?
Well, because he's a good villain, but it's the things that make
Hmm?
him a good villain that makes me want to throw him in a trash compactor.
I was mostly indifferent to him. Dumb.
like heck.
I was mostly indifferent, but he wants. He's an evil cat. I mean, he's an evil cat from outer space. Was like, but anyway, he wants to harvest the girl's soul energy by turning them into magical girls. And when he transforms the witches, that's when he harvests their soul energy. Then he creates
Yeah,
more magical girls to kill those witches, and then the cycle repeats
he's
itself.
basically doing like the equivalent of a multi-layer marketing scheme with young girls ruining their lives and corrupting the world around them.
Yeah. Well, heck, I think of, like Battle of the Planets, you know. They, to make it appeal to kids, they put in that stupid robot. Ugh. But as an adult,
It's
I
okay.
went back
It's
and
not in the
went,
original.
yeah. But my point is, when they bring it over to the American Canadian audiences, they put in Seven Zark 7, to more, I think, appeal to kids. And like I said, I loved it as a kid, and I liked the robot as a kid, remember? But I started watching it as an adult. No, I just want to.
No, let's be more specific, Rick. To appeal to North American kids because they have very, very little respect for them. Uh, People here think kids are stupid. Uh, Gatchaman already appealed to kids over in Japan,
Well, this is true.
and they have more respect for kids over there.
But all I know is, like I said, I watched that as an adult, and Seven Zark 7 drove me crazy. Just wanted to throw him in the trash.
There's a hugest difference between our cultures and the media produced for it. Is over here for the most part, we don't treat kids as if they can develop their own tastes and make their own decisions, and to a degree, they can't. But to leaving the leeway between them and their parents, and not between them and like the companies and government and stuff. While in Japan, they allow the children to drive their own purchases, and the only person that's allowed to basically have a problem with it is their parents, right? So if their parents don't want them reading something, they can stop them from reading it. But otherwise, like all the magazines and stuff really on the shelf, outside of explicitly things that we would consider X-rated. There is a limit to that. But everything in between, like even stuff that we would be like PG, PG-13, stuff like that, they allow the children to be the drivers of their market.
Children can even read erotica in Japan. So,
To a degree, as long as it's not graphically explicit, a lot of stores will not sell anything that passes that line to them. But that's about the line. And the rest is between you and your parents.
Okay. Do.
But like for a hard equivalency, they would have absolutely no problem just selling a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, for example, to a kid. Because it'd be like, hey, that's not my job. That's your parents' job.
Well, I didn't get it fully colored or fully whatever.
It looks all right.
Mm.
I think the hair's a bit off. Is it about the right color, Metal?
Yeah. When you put it down, I think I said it was close enough. I don't have like a set color for her yet because I haven't done a what's it called? I haven't done like a model image for her page like I do for the rest of them, but
Yeah.
that's within the approximate range. Because I even am using a slightly different color on the interiors than I do on the cover because covers can pop differently. But as long as it's like between dirty blonde and brunette, you're in the right range. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
I grabbed that. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I did grab the color and then I brought it up to a
Hmm.
little bit more of a brownish color.
Yeah. Oh, there was a thing I was supposed to mention about the Hurley in her hand too, because she fights with a hurling stick, like almost like a hockey stick, that's close to a bat. That's about the size of like a Buster sword. So it's
Oh yeah.
actually much bigger than the one you drew proportionately, but um, every single one of the girls of Brittis Bay, like the magical girls, has a shillelagh, right, like a fighting stick. But its form also varies depending on the individual, much like their like swimsuit outfit does. And because Patty is kind of a tomboy, kind of rough and tumble person, her shillelagh takes the form of a hurley, which is the hockey stick you use in hurling. And she beats the crud out of things with it.
Cool. So, well, that's about it for the evening. Anything you want to promote, Fitzchozo?
No, no, because I don't have any to promote yet. I probably won't be having anything to promote for like several months. If I get Romo and Crumb up till 2 hours, I don't even make it.
Oh, yeah, well,
Uh,
I'll keep asking no matter what. Worst thing you say is nothing. But
yeah.
because you never
Well, if
know
I
when you
manage to make a
will.
theme song for, if I manage to make a theme song like curls and feathers or something, I'm not, I'm not sure.
Uh,
Uh, I have nothing to promote.
Anything you would like to promote, Metal?
Yeah, the same thing. Put in the same link. It's the Fables link to Bodacious Bikini Battle Babes of Brittis Bay, because again, it's the cleanest version possible. Minor difference, but if it passes their standards, it probably passes everyone's standards. So they could go read it there, and also I get ad revenue for them reading it. And like I said before, Rick, if you do finish, like I see the Hurley is the only thing that you really have left to do, and send it to me next Wednesday when the art roundup comes around. I will put it in there on the website.
Yeah, well, I gotta go in and the other green do it, close
Hmm.
the hair and all. And then I think I gotta go back and do some of the black again and maybe some of the thing because I went from the lowest one to the highest one. I should have went from the highest
Hmm.
one to the lowest to make sure I got everything easier. And this is Patty with a Y.
Paddy. Yes, like St. Patty's Day. It was actually another little coincidence. I didn't think about this at the time, but you have Paddy with a stick driving a giant snake away from Ireland. So it's like, oh, yeah, that's coincidental.
Yeah, we are coming up on St. Patty's Day too soon.
We are. Oh, I should do a piece with Paddy, or maybe finish the cover and just put the cover up for that for St. Patty's Day next week.
Well, thanks everybody for coming on. Thanks everybody in the chat for coming by and chatting. It's been great having you all here. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night with the Silhouette game, where you guys will be trying to guess 90s anime characters. Of course, Alpha will be there with me as my regular co-host, and we'll be having Metal as a guest co-host. Not sure whether you'll be able to see his symbol or not, but you will be able to hear his wonderful voice. So, because he is the one that helped me pick out all the characters for
Oh
this
yes,
one.
they're all iconic, but I hope I stump quite a few of you.
So we will see you hopefully tomorrow. So bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you.